And right down in front, David, everyone.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's LA Galaxy press conference. My name is Mark Rogandino. Happy to see so many familiar faces as well as some new ones here in the beautiful Staples Center for today's announcement. The LA Galaxy, of course, would like to thank you for joining us here today. Introduce the members of the panel here, although they probably need no introduction. As you can tell, of the groups up here, one of these pieces doesn't fit. I'll let you do the math. Head coach and general manager of the LA Galaxy, Bruce Arena. To his right, midfielder David Beckham. And all the way on the end of the panel, we have CEO and president of AEG, Mr. Tim Leiweke. And obviously, I think that is the perfect place to get started. Tim, why don't you go ahead and say a few words to the folks on hand here.
Well, we're here today to announce we've sold the Galaxy. Just kidding. David Beckham now owns them, by the way. Bill is really looking forward to working for David. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have everyone. I know there's been a lot of speculation, not just here, but in Europe, over the last 3 months since the Galaxy won the MLS Cup, about the future of our team, and in particular the future of the comeback player of the year in Major League Soccer.
Well, thank you for coming out today. We are obviously very excited with David re-signing with the Galaxy, and I think David has stated this publicly that a big part of this decision had to do with his family. But I also think that we know that David's first love in his life is his family, but he loves playing the game of soccer, and that means that the Galaxy had to be right for him, and the league had to be right. And I think by David coming back to LA, he confirms that MLS is making progress. He believes in the sport in America, and he believes in the Galaxy.
Good afternoon. Thanks, Tim and Bruce, and thank you everybody for coming out. It's an exciting moment for me, obviously. Like Tim and Bruce said, you know, one of the major reasons why I wanted to continue in LA is because my family are happy here. We love living in America, we love living in LA. But like Bruce said, the reason I came to LA is to play soccer. The reason I came to play for the Galaxy is to win a trophy. I hadn't done that for 5 years. Well, I hadn't done that for 4 and a bit years. And then last season, we did it. And people then started obviously talking about where I'm going to go next and speculating. And every time I was asked about it, everyone says, well, you're speaking in past tense as if you're leaving. And I said, well, I'm obviously speaking in past tense just because it's the end of my 5-year contract. It doesn't mean I'm not coming back here. So I'm committed to the Galaxy. I'm excited about this beginning again. We've got a very special team, very special players, great staff, great owners that look after us and make our lives very special to be part of this team and franchise. And I must admit, I've never come back after a season with the Galaxy and been a champion. I wanted to have that feeling. I wanted to enter back into this team and that locker of being a champion. And we are, but we're not finished. You know, I'm not just happy with one championship. I want more. So happy to be back and looking forward to the season. I just needed a break. I needed, you know, to get away, to rest my body, and then to decide, you know, what I felt was the right move. But I think the only thing that was making me think about something else was the fact that at the end of a 5-year spell, you win a championship, you end it the way you did. Maybe it's in the stars that that's the right time to step away or step down or stop playing. And they all, you know, they all entered my head. I'm not going to lie, you know. But, you know, I think at this stage of my career, at this moment in my life, you know, my family, they always are. My family and my children are the most important thing to me. My children love living here, like I said before. And, you know, at the end of the day, at 36 years old, to still have the offers that I was having thrown at me, you have to look at all options. But I've been a Galaxy player for 5 years. I'd enjoyed it for 5 years. I'd especially enjoyed the last 3 years being coached by Bruce and having his team around us. And I'm in a team now that I'm excited about. Love that. But we've been welcomed with open arms. You know, we're very patriotic people, and I've always said about Americans that they're very, you know, when I first moved here, you know, it's a very patriotic country, which is one of the things that I love about it. But everybody's welcomed us with open arms. We've been looked after, not just by the organisation, but you know, everyone that we've met in Los Angeles. I've become a Lakers fan, so you know, being able to come to the games as much as Tim lets me.
Tim, how big was this move by re-signing David Beckham, not just for the Galaxy, but for the MLS and for the city of Los Angeles?
Well, I think for the MLS and the Galaxy, it's probably not as big as the first time. For LA, you know, LA won out over. Everyone talks about Paris and how fantastic and romantic a city it is, and it is. But he turned down the money to stay here because he felt so strongly about the city and the way they welcomed his family and the fact he has privacy here. That was a big deal for him. So, you know, it was not the Galaxy that went out here, it was LA that went out here. And I think we're lucky we're in LA. I think there's a lot of teams in the league in the last couple of weeks, as the rumors have circulated that he was coming back, that talked about it's harder to recruit guys in our city than it is if you're in LA or New York. Yes, it is. And so we're going to use that to our advantage. And I think one of the key points today is that David Beckham chose LA, not just the Galaxy. And that's a huge moment for our city. And hopefully we can use this for some hockey players and eventually some NFL players.
I think if I wasn't in the team, then of course I'd have to be part of the Olympics in some way, because I've been, you know, a huge part of, you know, bringing the Olympics to the East End of London. But obviously that is a whole different situation that I would obviously speak to Tim about, speak to Bruce about, and then we'd decide. But obviously I wouldn't want to miss too many games.